Hello and welcome to Cracking the Cryptic. And I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I have just noticed something that I had not noticed until this very second as I press start. I will tell you in a moment what that is. So today is the day that the Euro 2020 Football Championships gets underway. Soccer, as you might say. And the top 24 teams in Europe will be battling it out for supremacy over the next month or so. The whole event culminates in a final at Wembley in, I think it's about 5 weeks' time. Kicks off with Italy-Turkey in Rome tonight, and we're all looking forward to it. So is Arlo Lipov, our correspondent, and that's what I'm laughing about. We'll get to that. So he's set a puzzle for this, and we'll have a look at that in a moment. I do want to mention, first of all, yesterday's puzzle by Sumanta Mukherjee. Some very interesting comments, things I missed partly through fooling myself by making a cosmetic change to the grid that really affected the solve. Thanks to Leek Robinson for pointing that out. And also, I just wasn't aware of the Fistofel ring possibilities, which I think Simon might do a video on Patreon about this. He's quite interested, so we'll see if that happens. There's no promises there. It might happen or might not. Anyway, also on Patreon, of course, our Hitchhiker's Guide hunt. People still answering that. We'll round them up at some point. And loads of other content. We will have a crossword video in the next few days. We've got, on the channel, we've got Clover's setting video. And this is a must watch. If you're interested at all in the setting side of Sudoku, watch Clover explaining how she goes about it. Absolutely fascinating. Now, also on the channel, Simon did a crossword solve yesterday with a secret at the end. Sorry, I'm just going to have a cough. So there we go, and back to this puzzle, which appears like the links to Patreon and Discord and all our apps on the links under the video. You can also play the Euro 2020 final here. Now, Arlo Lipov has told us that the scenario is this. It's the last minute of extra time in the final of the championships. France in blue, Les Bleus, are playing against the Red Devils of Belgium in red, Les Diables Rouges. And one goal is scored in the last minute to decide the match. And we're going to get to find out who scored it and how. So here's the grid that Arlo sent in. And you can see all the players. We're probably not going to find out who scored it. But we're going to find out the final score and who won. And that's important. So we've got all of these shirts representing players. The X's representing the duels between them. We've got their movement on the pitch in the arrows. And it's still an 11 by 11 match. Nobody's been sent off. That's good news for the championships. Anyway, how does that translate into Sudoku rules? Well, normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits along arrows, sum to the number in the circle, so those three add up to that one. Oh, we've got a pill as well, so those 4 digits add up to a 2-digit number written in the normal way in that pill. An X joins 2 cells that sum up to 10, but not all X's are given, no negative constraint. Digits in cages do not repeat, and their sum may be shown. So these 5 cells add up to 29 and don't have any repeats. This cage doesn't even have its sum, but we know there are no repeated digits. Clues outside the grid, that's these 11s, show the sum of the indicated diagonal. And for the final scoreline, the blue and red cell are consecutive digits because that last-minute goal decides the match. So we'll find out whether it's blue for France winning or red for Belgium at some point during the solve. Now, Arlo hasn't disclosed whether he's French or Belgian, so I have no idea. I was going to say that the name sounds a bit Finnish to me or something. I've just seen, as I started the video, that it's an anagram of April Fool. So who knows? He could be either, neither, or both. Anyway, we're going to try the puzzle and see how it ends up. Looking forward to this. Have a go at it on the link under the video. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. So, I can see that some of these cages have relations with their boxes. So, Did you know the secret that the numbers 1 to 9, which appear in every row, column and 3x3 box, add up to 45? If you did, then you'll see why these 3 cells add up to 13. And these add up to 18. And these 2 add up to 12. But none of those are very decisive numbers. Here we go. We've got 2 x's. Right, so those 2 cells add up to 10. Those 2 cells add up to 10. That's 20. The other cell in this 22 cage must be a 2. And yeah, we've got an X on an arrow. So on this arrow, it can't be 8 and 2 on the X. It's either 9, 1, 7, 3, or 6, 4. The reason I'm writing them that way round is because, of course, the arrow applies as well. So it's either 9 equals 1 plus 8, 7 equals 3 plus 4, or 6 equals 4 plus 2. So that's always even as a result of that. Interesting. And of course, these add up to 10. These 3 cells must add up to 8 to make up the 18 total. And if those 3 add up to 8, they're on an arrow, so the circle must be an 8. So that's nice. We get a 2 on the X. Oh, that's beautiful, yes. The 8 arrow, I was going to observe that it has a 1 on it, but it's either 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 4. But there'd be a problem if it was 1, 3, 4. Look at this cell. That is 1, 3 or 4. So if you wrote in 1, 3, 4 here, there'd be nothing to put here. That's lovely. I'm glad I did it that way round. That's lucky. So we get 1, 2, 5 there. This isn't a 1 now, so that means that's not a 9, and this isn't an 8. Over here in this 29 cage, we're going to have a 3, 4, and 9. That's 16, and either a 6 or a 7. The cage must be made up of 3, 4, 9, 6, and 7, because that adds up to 29, and 4 of those digits must appear there. So this is 7, 6, 4, 3, or 1. This can't add up to more than 30. So as we can't put a 0 in a Sudoku, that's a 1 or a 2 to start the magic number in the pill. These 2, which add up to 12, now can't be 8 and 4. These are consecutive, so they must have an even number. I hope this match finishes 7, 6. It can't be 8 and 2, so there's either a 4 or a 6 on them, and an odd. That's not very helpful. Okay. Oh, this 11 diagonal, of course. Right. Now, look at the numbers on here are not very low. So if that was 3 and 4, we'd need another 4, and that's too many 4s in the box. So it's not, therefore, well, it doesn't include a 9 because that's too big. It's not 3 and 4. So I think it's got to include at least a 6. These numbers add up to 9 or 10, and we get a 1 or a 2 there, forming a pair. So this can't be a 1. And now we can place 9. Oh yes, hang on, I see. We can place 9 there. These add up to 10. So they're either 3, 7 or 6, 4. So this is the other pair. So they also add up to 10. So we know that's a 1 and that's a 2, which is not surprising. Once we got a 9 there, it was always probably going to go past 20 here. So we've got 5 and 8 to make up the cage. This is either 28, which would need 9874 or 9865, or it's 25. Yeah, it could be either. I can't see a way to disambiguate that. Yeah, that's one X pair. That's the other X pair. We're working on a quadruple in row 4, but we haven't got there yet. These 2 digits are the same. That's what that arrow means. And therefore, in box 1, they're somewhere here. So they are either 1, 3, 4, 6 or 7. Making this 9, 7, 6, 4 or 3. That's probably too much pencil marking, really. Now, oh, that's quite interesting. Yes, 2 and 8 can't be in these cells because we've already got a 2 in the box, and if an 8 was here on an X, it would need another 2. They also can't be here, so 2 and 8, well, 2 must be in one of those 3, and 8 must be somewhere in this cage. It's a pity we don't have the cage total. And that pencil marking might even confuse me later, but hey, it's done now. Now, where do we go next? Haven't used many arrows yet. That's done. This is partially done. It's either 4, 2 or 3, 4. Oh, this 11, right. Minimum value 4 and 5 would give a 2, which it can't actually be. 1 and 3 would give a 7, so it's somewhere between 2 and 7. So 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. That's not quite as helpful as I was hoping. Okay, what can we do next? These add up to 18. Ah, these add up to 13 and they don't have a 1 now. So they're 2, 3, 8. Or, well, there's several possibilities. Although actually maybe there aren't. They can't be 2, 4, 7 or you couldn't fill that in. So 2, 3, 8 or 2, 5, 6 or 3, 4, 6, and that's not possible given this as well. So there is a 2 in there. Okay, it's either 2, 3, 8 or 2, 5, 6. That's interesting. Definitely includes a 2. That's not a 2. 2 is now in one of those 2 cells. Okay, so if it was 2, 3, 8, this would be 4, 6. We'd have 5, 7 and 9 down here. If it was 2, 5, 6, this would be 3, 7, 1. We'd have 4, 8 and 9 down here. Yes, of course, this always adds up to, I actually could have done that before, 13 plus 10 plus 1 is 24. This adds up to 21 and must include a 9. It's either 9, 5, 7 or 9, 8, 4. I don't quite know what to do with that. There's a 9 there, there's a 9 here, so one of these 3 is a 9. Actually, these arrows just don't look all that helpful. Sorry, this is 5 must be over here somewhere because it can't be on an X. Maybe I can do something with this sum. If it was 28, well, then this would have to be 2, 5, 6 actually, because we'd need the 8 on the arrow. So if this was 28, this would be 9, 8. That would be 2, 5, 6. I don't know. That's too much. A little too much speculation even for me. Right, what else can we get focused on at all here? I just feel like I'm totally missing something here. Sorry. 2. Must be a 9 there. So there's a 9 here. We've also got to have 1, 4 and 7 in this cage. That one of them will be on there. I don't know what... This is the same as this. It appears up here. No, I cannot see a way to disambiguate this at the moment. So let's have a think about something else. Now, these digits, which are consecutive, And they can't be 1 or 2. They can't involve an 8. 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, or 6, 7. No, I don't know what to do with that either. Right, come on, Mark, think about this. Is it this arrow? Is that interesting? Oh, these can't have a 2. So 2, as well as being in one of those 2 cells in row 8, is in one of these 2 in column 2. And if it was here, then this would be a 2. Is that... There's no harm in that, I don't think. No, I can't see if that has any implications that I cannot use, that are helpful. Now this adds up to 18. Ah. No, it could have a 2. It could be 2, 9, 7. I was going to say it can't have a 2. That's not true. Wow, okay, this is getting sticky at this point. I thought we were making decent progress for a while. There's a lull in the play. Now, come on, think about this. Where do we go from here? Sorry if I'm being a complete numpty at this point. Just can't see where we've got any traction to take this forward. 2 and 8 and 5 appear in these, along with another pair that adds up to 10. That is the counterpart of that in a 10 sum. Oh, that's interesting. So if this was 3, 4, 6, or 7, yes, it would be a number that appears up there. But so would this. This would be the other number that appears up there. It's sort of interesting. But, oh, of course, this arrow. Good grief. Just sitting here ignoring it. Right. What do we know about that? Well, it obviously doesn't have an 8 on the arrow or a 2 in the circle. It could be 3, 2, 1. Or 5, 2, 3. But it could also be 6, 2, 4, 6, 3, 3. Now, there's a lot of possibilities. I'm not getting anything out of that either. One of those is a 2. That's not useful. Oh, I'm completely missing something here. Sorry, folks. That can still be a 4. This one. Some arrow must be helpful. That is... It's not a 2, 8 pair, because this one couldn't be either. Nor's that. So maybe... Should I be looking at where 2 goes in this row? Not really. I haven't forgotten a rule. Maybe it's this 11 sum. Maybe that's more straightforward. Now this has become 3 or 4. Yes, actually 3, 1, 7 would work. So no, 3, 1, 7 wouldn't work because that would also put a 7 here. So that can't be a 7. If that's a 6, then we'd have to go 2, 3, 7. That is possible. If it's a 5, 2, 4, 6. Oh, 3 doesn't work because it would need a repeat digit. 4 also doesn't work. Oh, this is much more restricted than I'd realized. Right. So 5 or 6. So these two add up to 6 or 5. That can't be a 5. And in fact, this, no, that all of these are possible except unless that repeats a 6 here. So 6, 1, 4 is not possible because that would repeat a 6. Does that stop this being a 1 entirely? If this was a 1, these would have to add to 10. Yes, I think it does. So this is a 2. My goodness, that is a surprising deduction. Now that doesn't... We could have 524 with a 6 or 623 with a 7. So that's the only bit we get out of that, but that's beautiful because that 2 looks down at this arrow and makes it a 4. So we get 3, 7. Now we know how the sum works. 3, 2, 6. Goodness me. So 7 can't go in those cells and goes here. Oh, I could always have marked that 6 or 7 because it had to be the same as that. Maybe that was the key. Right. That can't be 7, so that's not 3, and now that can't be 7. This is a 4, 6 pair, of course. On the 11 diagonal, this is a 3, and we get 4 or 6 there. Right, that feels a bit better. So 25 or 28, 16 already. These add up to 9 or 12. Now, oh, no, hang on, 4, 6. So we can take 6 and 5 out of these. That's a 2, 3, 8 triple. We can take 8 and 4 out of there. That's a 5, 7, 9 triple. 2, 3, 8 means 3 and 7 can come out of here. That means something here. 3 and 7 also out of that. 1, 4 or 6. Yes, that's still fine. Right, now let's go back to this. 25. So these add up to either 9 or 12. Now, if that was 28, they'd have to be 8, 4, but 8 is used in those cells, so that's 25. These do add up to 9, and they can't be 2, 7. They also can't be 3, 6, or 8, 1, so they're 5, 4. That makes this a 1, 9 pair. That's a 1 as well. Ooh, it is a 1 on the arrow. So this is a, what have we got left? 6, 7 pair. 2, 4 down here. 8 can't be there. Actually, no. 8 is still in one of these two, and I don't know which one. We've got a 3, 6, 8 triple there. Okay, 5, 7, or 9 on the circle. Oh, hang on. Let's have a look across here. So have any of those been invalidated? Not completely. We could still have any of 1, 9, 4, 6, or 3, 7 out here. This is very variable. Ah, right. 8 minus 3 is 5. 8 minus 2 is 6. 3 minus 2 is 1. So still some possibilities there. This can't be 1, 9 or 2, 8. So it's either 3, 7 or 4, 6. Oh, these, now the even digit on these is now a 4. It can't be 6, 8 or 2. So it's a 3, 4 pair. So we know that the final result of this match is 4-3, which is still quite an exciting soccer match, to be fair. 7 in the top row goes here. And we've got a 9-8 pair up here. That's where 4 goes. There's a 1-5 pair left in the box. That 4 fixes 6 and 4 over there. This can't be a 6 anymore, which hasn't changed the possibilities there. This is a 9. Interesting set of 1-5 pairs in boxes 2 and 3. Now, this can't be 9, 1, but... Oh, 7 there. That was part of a 12 pair, so we get a 5 here. That's not 5. Now where does 5 go in this row? Not on an X, not in this box, not in those two cells. That's the 5, and it's on the arrow. Beautiful. So this can't be a 2 or a 1. So that's a 3 or a 4. This is a 2 or a 1. Now we know where the 8 goes in this row. It's got to be here. One of these is a 2. The other Well, that leaves one of them to be a 4 or a 1, whose partner in making 10 goes in here, either 9 or 6. That means that we have the way clear for one of these to be 3-7. Actually, look, it's not this one. So that's a 3-7 pair. But then this one is either 6-4 or 1-9 in some order. Lovely. Right, now up the middle, this can't be a 7 anymore. We need a 1 in one of those two cells. Now this is 4, 6 or 7. If it was 4, these would be 1, 3. If it was 6, if it was 6, that would put a 4 here. So there'd be 1, 5. If it was a 7, there'd be a 3 here. They can't be 2, 5 because there's a 2, 5 pair looking at that. I think, therefore, there is always a 1 in one of these two cells. And given that 1 in this box is confined to those two, this is 1. That's lovely. So this is either 6, 5 or 3. It's not 6 because there's a 6 up there. So that's not 7. That's not 3. This is now a 4, 6 pair. This can't be 9, 1 or 4, 6. And it can't be 3, 7 because of that cell. So it's 2, 8. Beautiful. So 2, 8 pair there, 2, 8 pair there. There's an 8 in one of these cells and a 2 in one of them as well, but I don't know which one. 7, 8, 2, 1, 5. So this is 3, 6 or 9. This cell sees 1, 9, a 4, 6 pair, a 2. 3, 5, 7 or 8, but this can't be a 1, 2 or 3. So we can wipe out 7 or 8. This must be 4, 5 or 6. And then the sum of those is somewhere between, well, 7, 8 or 9. And what can this be? Can't be 4 or 2. So 9 in the row is in one of these two cells for definite. Maybe that's not the way to look at it. 4, 9, 4, 6, 2. Oh, look, this is quite restricted. 1, 9, 4, 6 pair, 2, 3, 7. That's 5 or 8. Now, these have to add up to 18, not including a 4 or a 6. Now, can this be a 1? Then it would go 1, 9, 8. 5, 3, 6. It's impossible, in fact. If there was a 1 here, we'd have 9 and 8 here. That would make this a 5 and this a 3. Because of the 9 there, this would be a 6, and you couldn't place any digit here because 4, 2 and 7 are not possible. So 1 is not there, therefore the 1 in the row is here. That's not a 1. Now, these make 18 without including 1, 4 or 6. Actually, this can't be a 4 and hasn't been available for a long time. So this is either 5 plus 3 equals 8 or 6 plus 3 equals 9. Do I know which? I know where 4 goes in this row. Yes, 4 has fixed the 5 and the 4. For some reason, I ignored this 4 since I got it. I don't know why. Now, have I got some sort of double, triple, or quadruple, or more? Yes, there's only one place for 2 to go in this row. It can't go there because of that 2. So that's a 2. That's an 8. Oh, that didn't resolve anything else. That's good. 7. Well, now maybe I can add up this box. We've got 8. We need another 19. Which has to be 5, 6, and 8 if we're using those 3 digits. So that's 5, 6, or 8. It's a triple, basically. So that's a 9. And then we get a 2, 7 pair around it, which makes the 18 we needed. That's good. That can't be a 9 anymore. 5, 6, 8. So this is the only place for 7 in the row. And then we're left with a 3, 5, 6, 8 triple. This can't be 6 anymore. That's not a useful set. We still don't know who's won the match. That's yet to come. Very well timed, Arlo. Right, 5 appears in one of these cells. Don't know which. Do I know this? Has this been revealed? No. Maybe I need to think about this arrow a bit more. I haven't got many clues that I'm not using, so we might actually be just down to classic Sudoku in a moment. If this was 3, 2, 1, I can't see a problem. If it was 8, 3, 5, that would be 9. That would be 7. You'd have 9, 7. Ah, then you'd have, yes, sorry, right. Okay, the simplest way is, where does 5 go in this box? And I don't know the answer, but it's in one of those 2 cells. And they are looking up at this cell, so that's a 1. And that means it must go 1, 2, making 3 on the minimum possible arrow, as it were. 5, 6, 8 over there. Actually, I think, sorry, that was doable ever since I put a 9 there. I've only just seen that. 5 there, that's fine. 3, 7, and 9, that's a 7. This is a 3, 9 pair. This is a 7. Ah, come on now. We're getting to the extra time part of this solve now. We've got a 4, 9 pair down at the bottom. We've got a 7 to go in one of those cells. Ah, we've got a 7 looking down at that. 1, 8, and 5 still to place down here. That one can't be a 1. 7, 3, still haven't resolved these. This 5 is holding out. Oh, 5, 1. Gosh, I'm really bad at spotting arrows that have been revealed, aren't I? Right, 3, that sorts out the whole central spine. We get a 6 here. That resolves that this is a 1, 9 pair, which fixes a 1 there. Now we can do the 5s and 1s finally at the top of the grid. We still haven't got the score. That's become a 2. That's become a 4. 2 there. 6 and 3 are resolved. Now, what else have we got? 3, 6, 5, 2, 7. So we've got a 9, 8 pair in here. We've got a 1, 4 pair here. And down here, 7 and 6. Yes, I can do that right. So that fixes 7 and 9, 8 and 9, 8 and 5. And we're left with just the scoreline to resolve. Who wins 4-3? 3 to Belgium, and the 4th goal goes to France. So Arlo's version of events has France winning the Euro 2020 final next month. Do tune in to your TV to see if that occurs. And enjoy the Sudoku until then, and the football. Hope to see you soon on the channel. Bye for now.